up to the knee, and then the knee part's a little...
Oh, at the knee is when we have issues.
It's like Charlie Chaplin when he's got the 2 forks in the potatoes and he's doing... That's my love life.
Funny.
As you're wondering, it's not a good sign. Are we doing a thing? Oh, Mark opened a beer, so it must be we're live.
Yeah,
But it didn't work out well.
I told you it wouldn't. Oh, that's the wrong pen for that.
I told you that's a shotgun
use your
beer.
other pen, because that one's got like a soft tip. Oh, you're just going to cut your lips up. It's going to look like Rocky. It's going to look like a Chuck Wepner fight by the end of this podcast. Mark, his beer is... It looks like a dropped soup can or something that was frozen at one point. And it's protruding. You don't want protrude. You want intrude. Oh, pro? You want anti-trude. Is that the word?
I don't know. It doesn't sound right, but it could be.
That is probably the word.
I'm no English major.
Protrude. I am anti-trude, motherfucker. Get your goddamn flag out of here, pal. Hey, let's start the show. That's what Dave Chappelle did. I don't think we could get away with that. So. Special guest Ascertainers, episode 102-ish. Special guest Charlie. For everyone that's listened to more than one of our podcasts, we always refer to our listener as Charlie, and he's on tonight. Is this your second or third time?
I think third. Yep, we did 2 in a night, so technically 2.
So second time back, but third episode.
You guys kept the podcast running long enough for me to be invited back.
Right on. Well, you're a very busy man. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
Mark and I got nothing. Every Friday night, this is it.
If you want to shuttle the kids around,
you know, didn't the court order spell all that out? Why I can't do that?
Well, that's fair. Yeah,
okay.
Good point.
Got rid of the van, had to.
Yep.
Didn't want to.
Yep.
Didn't want to.
Those lost puppies won't be found.
Felt I owed it to them. Oh, God, I hope I don't find those puppies or what's left of them. Anyway, Chuck, do you want to say hi?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hey! They don't call them. Anyway, who are you?
Hi, I'm Mark. Hello, everyone.
What do you do here?
Not much.
Okay.
Especially since I lost my notes tonight, so I don't know what's going on.
This is going to be the best episode ever. So what happened was, because we had a guest coming in, I kind of straightened up our workstation, which is a big Costco or Sam's Club table with a Christmas tree, a megaphone, some Kleenex, for obvious reasons, and a Newt's menu. And a bowl full of money.
Bowl full of money, yep.
It's
a nicer table than when I was here last time, so you guys are doing something right.
It's like a radio for the mind. I'm like painting that picture.
It's a nice towel on it also.
A nice purple towel.
It's Prince made that towel. I told Charlie that was a Prince towel.
I'm sure it's clean.
It's from the estate. It's a little crunchy, and that's it's a feature, not a bug.
He picks up his hand and phone.
I've never seen a guy rest his elbows an inch or two off the table. Relax, Charlie. No, I'm good. I'm totally fine.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for... Oh, shit, that's tonight? Oh, I gotta go. Anyway, here we are. Together.
And you are?
Together. I'm Jim. I'm the other ascertainer, and we have got stuff to talk about tonight. Of course, we're going to talk about Newts. Of course, we're going to talk about the radio game. But then we're going to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees, and I think that we should reserve a lot of time for that. I have some errors and omissions. Maybe we start with those. What do you think, Mark?
Mark doesn't, because you threw his notes away.
You know, I don't know what happened to it. It might not have been you.
It might not have been you, but it's in your basement.
I did lose my computer mouse for a little while tonight, till Charlie came over and said, "Is that it right there?"
And the center of your field of vision. I think you got out of the pilot game at the right time, pal.
Holy cow.
Did you retire, or did they
ask me to retire?
Take away your plane key. Hang on. This thing won't start. Get out and try the engine.
Yeah, we'd like to see you. Bring your ID and parking paddle with you.
What's a parking paddle?
Aging yourselves there with a parking paddle?
What's a parking paddle?
That you hang on the rearview mirror.
Yeah, a paddle.
Parking paddle.
That's what they settled on. Of all the other words they could have used.
What would you call it?
A parking pass? Chuck?
Yeah, a parking pass.
A parking card?
I think my dad got
Was
hit
it
with a
in the
paddle
shape?
in
Was it
school.
in the shape of a paddle,
With
or
no
would it
paddle.
be more like an oar? What was the top part like?
Or what?
That's it. That's the Ascertainers, baby. If you didn't think that was funny, you just tune out and go over to Smartless or that other guy, Rachel Maddow, whatever his name is. Oh, shit. My bad. I've been watching a lot of Rach lately, and she is not having it. So, there. We're not political, though. I just don't know why she's so mad. She's very committed to...
ratings.
She's very
If you're
committed
happy
to
on TV, nobody's going to listen.
topic.
Would we get more listeners if we were angry?
You guys
all
are
the-
a positive podcast. Like, maybe not towards each other
Are
at
we
times.
too, do you think we're too positive?
But I think that's okay because you're being real, if we're being honest. But no, I think the rating stuff on TV, they're just being angry because that keeps them on the air. Just same thing with sports. It's nonsense.
but they
I don't want
cut-
to watch them argue.
They cut Joy Reid, though. And she was the...
And we're all worse off for it?
furthest. I didn't say it was good or bad, but I'm just saying
I
that
know.
they're doubling down. It's like, well, you know what got her fired, right? And you're like doing like jumping on that pretty hard. So
Right.
I like how that network shook hands her to put more white people. It seems a little counterintuitive, but hey, you do you in MSNBC. So let's get on this
stay on
topic.
that.
Hey, I want to talk errors and omissions from last episode. I'm going to try to
Go.
save it, pull us out of the abyss. There's a couple. I think one. I think it was 2 episodes ago. We referenced Think Drink Disney. Are you familiar?
Yes, I heard. I now remember the episode. I listened.
All right. Well, we brought up somehow. It was how to start a podcast and how we learned so much from them. And I said that they are our protege, and it's totally the other way around. We are their protege. We are learning from them. The protege is the one taking it on the face. Protege is the one.
Teaching.
Is that what you call it? So that's one of my. Do you have anything you'd like to correct, Mark? Look at you. He's got no notes. He looks like a kid.
I'm
I
lost.
forgot his lunch money. He's just like, well, don't worry, you're in Minnesota. Tai Chi. We talk about Tai Chi for a little bit.
No, because I think I'll get ridiculed.
Did you see how I signed that one text I sent to you? I sent it Tyler Chee.
Oh,
Because I think Tai Chi was, you should have done Tyrone. Tyrone Chee. He was like a martial arts guy.
I was watching
Kind of like Rocky.
Wayne's World, and Garth got up out of bed, and he does 2 Tai Chi movements before he goes out and plays hockey in the street.
I never noticed that.
Is that
Is it
nice?
legit Tai Chi, or is you think
Well, he's just
like,
sitting on his bed doing 1 move or 2 moves, and then he goes,
I'm worried about
I'm
you.
ready for the day.
I'll tell you now, post Tai Chi, you're just a different guy. You're too focused. You're so focused you forgot where your notes are and stuff like that. Chuck, you do any martial arts?
I did karate for a year. I got my white belt.
Karate? Is that how you say
Karate.
Karate.
I think they just give you the white belt, so I
They do.
didn't earn it. And then I stopped.
At what age?
7. Yeah, long time ago.
17. I was
Yeah.
fucking killing those little bitches. So I never did karate, believe it or not. But I know that a karate man bruise on the inside. That's got to be worth something. I didn't want to bruise on the inside. I want to keep my bruises where people can see them.
I'm a Tai Chi practitioner.
Okay.
See, that's just fucking. That's a white belt talking. Do they have belts in Tai Chi?
No.
No.
Of course not, because you do it naked. That's part of the turn on. I'm guessing.
Matthew McConaughey plays bongos naked. What's the difference in
And
that
why
and
do
Tai
you know
Chi?
that?
He got arrested in Texas for that.
For playing bongos naked?
Yeah, he was playing along to his stereo, playing it really loud in the middle of the night, and the cops were called, and he answers the door naked to the cops.
I've never met this bongos fella, but he seems pretty promiscuous. Don't you think? I mean,
It's a big deal in Texas.
I had one other, and then we could get into the
Go for it.
news promo and then into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame talk. When you said that when you were a kid, I said, what was the thing that would like the one thing where you knew you were kind of in deep Dutch with the folks?
Yeah?
And you said, I'll show you the belt. I wonder what that was like at Hulk Hogan's house, where it'd be like,
Ooh, wow.
I'll show you the belt. He pulls up the championship belt.
That would do some
Yeah,
damage.
Dad, I'm still going to take the car. You know?
And crash it.
That's all I could think of. So, yeah, that's all I had for errors and omissions.
How do you write your notes for the podcast?
I'll tell you
You're
exactly
like
how I do it.
turning the paper.
No, here's how I
around.
do it. I'm going to tell you right now, and this is good for the green movement. I use one sheet of paper, only the front though. If I use the back, But I know I'm going to use this. It's attached to a pad, okay? Not like a pad like I can't go swimming this week, coach pad, but like a pad of paper like this right here, which you can't see if you're listening. But it is a Amazon Basics 5x8 notepad, which is also the same size I would use if I couldn't ride a horse that week or go swimming. Anyway, huge flow. But I know that I'm going to do my notes on here. So then I always do the radio on the side is where I put my radio game picks because I think of them during the week and I don't want to forget because I'm not like just a mail it in guy like you. I give my heart and soul to this effort. And then the things on the side are the little video clips that I didn't attach to the write-up this week because I will tomorrow. But I had a very busy day today and I wait till the last minute and that's what happened.
But you were spinning it for errors and omissions. Where was that written?
Oh, that's also on there, but those are circled. So circled, you'll see the word the belt, protege, and Tai Chi. Tai Chi, great
He's
guy.
got it.
Did you
He's
learn a
very
lot?
organized.
In a
Circles.
in a very chaotic way. Yeah, and then like a serial,
Turn the page horizontal versus
kind of like
vertical.
the Zodiac Killer was organized, that kind of a thing.
Yep.
So hey, did you tell me that you're taking your? How old will he be at the time of the concert?
Oh, my son, 11.
11-year-old kid
Yeah,
gets to
we're
go
going
see
to-
AC/DC.
AC/DC at the Viking Stadium. Yep, his first concert.
His idea or yours?
It's been his favorite band for a while. Then Metallica kind of took over for a while, but my wife was apprehensive about an 11-year-old at the Metallica concert, so we opted for AC/DC this spring instead.
And that'll be your first concert also, right?
My first concert ever
Yeah.
of AC/DC. I've never seen AC/DC live, so that'll be.
I haven't either. You'll be one up on me.
I'm sure they'll be full of energy.
For those who missed Charlie's first episode, his first concert. So you have two concert stories. One is the first concert you attended, and then one that you went to on your own
Intentionally.
dime,
Yes.
like where you bought the ticket. And
Yep.
but the first one you went to, where it was, you didn't have to buy the ticket, was what again?
The Backstreet Boys. Backstreet's back. All right. So girls that I went to high school with had tickets to some big summer concert show. They backed out, and so everybody had tickets. Got a ticket to that, and a couple girls couldn't go. So me and a buddy went with all the girls to go to Backstreet Boys at the Target Center. So we thought,
Smooth.
hey, we'll meet some ladies. We're in high school. I thought it was the right move.
How'd it go?
It didn't pan out for me
Well, I thought
or my buddy very much.
I thought you and Kevin made a nice couple, though.
Yeah,
so I think
yeah.
that
Me
was
and
cool.
Kevin had a good time.
But so you're saying that the Backstreet Boys was a backup plan
Yes.
because it was supposed to be some other band that original tickets were bought for.
Yes.
that
Well, they
band
were supposed to
backed
be
out.
at that concert. They didn't show up, and so then they came back to town, and everybody got a ticket. to
Oh,
see it.
okay. So the whole time it was going to be the Backstreet.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of other people at whatever the big summer festival was. But,
Okay.
so we went to that. Didn't pan out for us, so not a great decision. But I guess it's the first concert. I
How
went
old
to.
were you?
16. It was high school.
Is this up north or is this?
It was in the cities here.
Where'd you go to high school again?
Osseo,
It's up north.
Yep. Northern part of the suburbs. Yeah.
Gotcha,
Osseo,
okay.
Maple Grove, Brooklyn Park. I grew up in Brooklyn Park, so.
Gotcha. So we were talking. It's Minnesota. Jealous. And the Minnesota State High School hockey tournament is next weekend. And Chuck's. Were you born in Hibbing?
My dad and
Your dad's
his
from Hibbing.
family is from Hibbing. And
There
so
you go.
Hibbing made it back to the boys' state hockey tournament for the first time in 20, 30 years. So
Hibbing
pretty big
is
deal.
Hibbing not Bob Dylan's real hometown?
It is Robert Zimmerman.
Yes, because I think Duluth claims him.
They
too,
claim him, but he's from Hibbing. Yeah.
Right on.
I've seen his house.
and I think that Kevin McHale.
McHale, yep. McHale, actually, his house was like 6 down from my dad's.
Oh, for real?
Their ages, I don't remember the age gap between my dad and Kevin. It was a few years, so they weren't close. But I've got an autograph picture on the wall. Dear Charlie, good luck, Kevin McHale, because my grandpa went to his house and asked his parents to help him get that signed. So I got a big 8x10 and a couple basketball cards signed by Kevin McHale.
Excellent.
That's pretty damn cool. We should get you and Roy on together for two reasons. One, you're both have been paid to be behind a microphone before, and you both have a Hibbing connection.
Yeah.
Growing up, did you have relatives up
Oh,
there?
yeah, my grandparents were there until 2006 and 7 when they passed away. And so, yeah, I grew up going hunting and fishing up in Hibbing multiple times every year. So, yeah, that's where I learned to deer hunt and trick or treat. I was potty trained there by my grandparents when I was 3 years old. So there's
You
a
trick or
good
treat
to know you.
It's a
and
long drive to
hunt
hold
at
your
the same
piss.
time?
It's around the same time of year. Yeah, deer hunting used to be a little closer to.
Deer hunting
than it
used
is
to be
now,
the
but-
first weekend in November, way back in the
Yep.
day.
Did you bring your rifle as you were trick or treating, or did you leave
Well,
that?
only to a couple houses that didn't.
That's
want
all
to
you
put it out.
needed with a gun. Hey, you got it all. Hey, this thing's full. Let's get home. Don't
Yeah,
they?
fun fact. That's where I was potty trained. I mean, there's some in-depth Charlie knowledge for you.
That is-
Wow.
that's I think a little too much.
Frozen
But,
Snicker
you know.
bars. They do the trick. So all you young parents out there who are listening to this podcast.
You float it, and the kid aims for it.
No,
or
that was the
what's
treat.
that?
If I went potty, I'd get a frozen.
Oh, I thought they
Snickers
just
bar.
threw the thing in the toilet. You pissed
No,
on
those
it.
are the
and-
Cheerios you're supposed to do.
Cheerios?
Retarded
No, I would
practice
fit
for
them
boys.
around my wiener because I was
Yeah.
very
Well, that was yesterday.
I was very streamlined back then. But then I grew out of that, and now I can do it with women's rinks. I got so
Say
many.
that 3 times.
I got so many on there. I'm like one of the neck stretchers over in the African nation. But where I was going with Hibbing is that Hibbing qualified for the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament, and that's a big deal in this state. It really is.
Absolutely.
It's a spectacle. It's probably like football in Texas or tennis in Idaho. I don't know. But
Yeah, they sell out the Wild Arena every year for the boys' state tournament. It's awesome. I still watch the games, and I never played hockey growing up. So
I'm thinking about just
I enjoy
taking.
it.
I'm thinking about taking Thursday off because Thursday's the best day because that's when they do the full team introductions. I will post on the notes of this particular episode one of the all hockey hair team videos that come out every year,
yeah,
and those videos raise a shitload of money for the Hendrickson Foundation, which is a organization that helps buy equipment and facilitate people that are like differently abled. I don't know what the right word is. Handicapped kids that they play sled hockey and all these cool sports and shit.
Adaptive
Primarily
hockey.
hockey, I think it is. Adapted hockey. Yes, I didn't mean to like sound coarse by saying any of that, but it is such a cool thing. And the guy that does it has the driest sense of humor, and he has a podcast. I'd like to shout it out. It is called Sunday Morning Coming Down, and it's just him. It's just him talking and just musing about shit. It's about a half hour long. It's a good listen. But he's twisted. I like him. He makes shit funny that maybe shouldn't, that the ordinary person walking around the street would be like, huh? And he finds a way to make it funny.
So it's like our podcast with only one person talking.
Except the funny part. Yeah. So it's exactly like TheAscertainers, except it's funny.
Entertaining.
And there's only one guy. Oh, are you referring to?
Is that me?
You talked a lot on the last episode. I was real proud of you, Mark.
Thank you.
You want to do the Newt's promo?
I thought
Oh, we're doing Charlie's
our
doing it.
guest was doing it.
So Charlie has a confession.
all right.
You want to make your confession, or do you want to just?
my confession is that we had dinner at Newt's tonight, and it was outstanding. I had the onion fried smash burger.
Oh, I have to find the thing. What
It
was
was
last
delicious.
Friday's date?
Mark had the better
Popper.
Beyond Burger, something.
I'm sorry, I had the curd burger.
Oh, okay, you had the curd burger. Yeah.
Curd.
With the Beyond Meat
Yes.
burger
So it has your appetizer and burger.
By
together.
curd,
together.
cheese curd. This is
Don't
Charlie.
tell my
Charlie,
wife. I'm good
Charlie,
at swiping
Charlie used to
right.
be a. What were you? A sportscaster.
Yeah, I did sports and more photography and TV than radio. It was TV in Duluth and Madison, Wisconsin for a couple
Well, we're
years.
here for your pipes and
Yep,
your
my pipes. So turn on the radio voice.
your diction.
Nice.
Get your
Yes.
diction off the table, pal. That's
Ooh,
cold plastic.
Newt has some promos going on. All right, lunch special right now going on Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. A $10 cheeseburger with fries and a soda.
Say what?
That is cheaper than McDonald's and all your other fast food joints right now.
Wow.
I believe
Good
you're
luck
right.
getting a full-size cheeseburger, fries, and a soda at a fast food restaurant for cheaper than $10.
That is great, and you'll meet some great people there and get popcorn, play pull tabs, listen to some cool music.
Yep, and that's not even talking about the quality of food at Newt's is outstanding.
Yes.
Much superior. Also, don't
What
forget
kind-
about your late night happy hour.
Talk to me. Tell me about it.
$9 apps after 9 p.m.
What?
or after 8 p.m. on Sundays for you guys who don't think Monday
That's
work
right, because
matters.
Monday's a work day.
Yep.
So you get started a little earlier.
Curds, zippy poppers, fried pickles, boneless wings, and onion rings. Also, $3 rails, $3 Bush Light cans, and $2 off your taps.
Come
Only
on.
at Newt's in Apple Valley.
That was
Chuck,
impressive.
you're making us look terrible. And this guy paid for his own beer tonight. Oh, I didn't check the tab. Did we get our sponsorship tonight? Sometimes I forget.
I'll have to look. I didn't.
Oh, I'm
look.
sure you got it.
If,
They're
we,
good
if we
people.
didn't, we'll just stop recording and go back up there and get a...
I was wondering if they threw in a third one.
I think that they should, but I don't think that I don't know. After tonight, they should, because he's some of their
Yes.
best promo business. About 30 people are going to hear that. Mark 15 times, and then 15 other people. Nice job, Chuck. Yeah, so Newt has been with us as well. We've been with Newt since the beginning because that's where the idea was hatched, and they've been very good to us. And we introduced Corey and Charlie tonight. Of all the people that we talk about on this podcast, you two are you had to meet at some point. It was inevitable.
Yep.
Is that a thing? Inevitable? Inedible?
He runs a great ship over there.
It's an edible. Inevitable.
Speaking of edibles.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know.
I have a theory, by the way, speaking of pot. We weren't?
Don't call the kettle black.
Here's the deal. Minnesota is such a well-run state that what they did, and to me it's genius. I think it works out great for me as a casual sampler of the product, but they said, we're legalizing pot in Minnesota.
What are the rules?
Well,
I don't know.
Here's
We
the
don't
thing.
know yet.
Here's the thing. You can grow 4 plants at your house, but you can't sell it. And we'll figure out how the dispensaries will work so you can go and buy legal weed. Well, meanwhile, there are so many people growing so much pot in this state that they already created a system to sabotage the dispensary model where they can get taxes on it. And people don't need to go buy pot. They're growing their own. And I've heard it's really good. And but I think you'll still get in trouble if you sell it. You can walk around with a big old bag of weed.
You get your medical ID card. Yeah, or
But that's
if you
been that
know
way.
somebody who's
But
got
it's
a
been that
medical
way for
card.
like 10 years of it.
Yeah.
So you could buy
That's
some
where you can get the good stuff.
pretty good flour. Yeah.
From what I'm...
Again, I've heard similar stories.
I don't smoke the pot.
The pots.
The pot.
You did
guys-
once though, didn't you?
I
You
did
didn't like it?
once. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't care for it.
You didn't do it right. You're probably blowing on it. You're supposed to inhale it.
Ah,
The opposite of something else.
That's right. See, he's not very good at that either. I've heard. Again, a friend told me. Kevin, you know him from that concert. But anyway, where's it going with this?
I don't know.
Oh, I could say on the medicinal variant of that product many years ago. I heard of a guy who looked just like me that got his hands on some of that, and then he gave it to a friend of his that is an Ely guy, a ranger, and then that guy that looked like me looked over at the guy from the range, and he had the biggest smile on his face ever, and he said the following phrase. He said, "This shit should be illegal." And I thought that was one of the funniest and most ironic things I'd ever heard in my life. And it stands to this day. Jim S., shout out. What's up? Go Ely. Radio game? What do you say?
Let's do it.
Should we fire up the juke?
I'm good. I prepared. Didn't I win last time I was here?
We have accumulated some...
I think you said it was over 80.
We are so bad at this game that we have accumulated $86, including tonight's contribution. So if Chuck gets it right,
Here we go.
he's going to walk out of here
a rich man.
a rich man. And then we'll have to edit this part out so the household doesn't find out. And you can get yourself a little tattoo or
Don't tell my wife
or
I
buy
won
some,
$86.
yeah. She'll be like, Spotty! I don't know. She's a spa girl. I like your wife. She's very nice. All right, Charlie, as our guest, can you give us 2 of your bands and then we'll go around the table?
Why don't we let him do all 4
wanna do all
so we
4?
don't
So
steal?
that makes sense, yeah.
2 big games, right? Or 2 big names, excuse me, big
You
bands.
can do it however you choose.
All right.
We allow our guests to pick any bands they want, but you listen to the episodes. You know that there's a different way to do it.
I'll
too.
go with Bon Jovi and Phil Collins. And Phil Collins just because that was the music video that I would always watch at my grandparents' house in Hibbing
But that
when I
gives
was a
him
kid on
that gives him
MTV.
Genesis too, though. So that's brilliant.
Ooh,
Nice
yeah.
work.
Plus, he's
I'll
been
take-
in the news with his health issues lately.
Phil
Yeah.
Collins in the news. I thought it was Huey Lewis in the news.
All right, and then for, I guess, smaller bands, I'll take Collective Soul and the Cranberries. Maybe some Zombie will come on.
Buddy, I always like the what guests bring to the table, and that's strong. Mark, go ahead.
I have a theme tonight.
I like how you say tonight. You always have a theme. You should say, I don't have a theme tonight. That would be more appropriate. But go ahead.
Let's see if you can pick up on the theme.
See what I can do.
Bob Seger, old time rock and roll.
Okay.
Rolling Stone, it's only rock and roll. Go ahead.
Rolling Stones. I'm going to switch.
I can switch.
No, I'll switch. I go Skinnerd. because I'm cool, and Rush because they're cool. And I just feel like it's a Rush night tonight.
I'm going to
All right,
go.
Charlie, remind me of your 4 again, because we forget real easy. Phil
I
Collins.
had in Bon Jovi, and then Collective Soul and the Cranberries.
Okay, go Mark.
Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, my.
Heart of Rock and Roll.
Okay.
Rick Derringer. Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo.
I can't figure out the theme. Old time rock and roll. What was the Stones one?
It's only rock and roll.
Huh. Still not clicking. Okay. I went with Sugarloaf,
Ooh, Green Eyed.
Green-Eyed Lady. And you know they had another song? And the reason I picked Sugarloaf tonight, everyone's going to have to say their bands again because I'm doing my thing. I heard a song on the radio, and I'm like, I know who that is, but I'm having I know that I should know who this is, but I could not get it for the life of me. So I Googled it, and it was Sugarloaf, and it was, listen, kid, you pay for the call. You know the song?
I don't.
Don't call us, we'll call you. It's Sugarloaf. It's a great tune. Dun, 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 dun. Let me do the whole thing. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and Nazareth, because
Hair of the Dog.
why the fuck not? Right on. All right, here we go. Pink Floyd,
Oh, a
The Wall.
big band.
Is that a song, The Wall?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Another brick in the wall.
Yeah, that's it.
Getting larger, the pot.
Yes, it is. Yoda. Oh, that's like beef. That's for dinner. Oh, Gene Hackman died. Odd circumstances.
Yeah,
What do you
there's a
think
lot of-
happened there?
That's a very odd.
Nobody knows, but it doesn't seem.
It doesn't seem normal that two
Normal.
people and a dog would die at the same time, yet other pets lived.
I think they said on property when they talked about the other dogs. They didn't talk.
Oh,
about
they could have
them
been
being
outside and
out.
shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was in New Mexico, and
So I think
Yeah,
it sounds kind of like a carbon monoxide deal, you think?
I
or
think
no?
they ruled carbon monoxide out last
They
I
did.
read, but there's no other news. No toxicology's not back, so it's kind
It's
of
suspicious.
Wow.
Yep.
Are you superstitious? No, I'm just
No, I'm just-
regular. I'm just regular stitious. So wow. I mean, he's 95. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
his wife was much younger. Though.
I hope they kept the baby or saved the baby, but
Yeah, she was 31 years younger, something like that.
still, she's older than us.
Yeah, that's true. But
Can't do math so good, but I know that she's over 60. She's 31. She's 64 years old.
very good.
Huh?
Yeah, you
I got my times tables.
Hey, you can help my kid with new math then.
Is that bad?
It's getting there.
Is it weird?
Yeah. It's
Do they force it on, or do they say you can figure it out
No, this
however
is
you
just
want?
how they teach it. It's just how they teach it now.
Is
So
it like
kids-
where they do like the tic-tac-toe board
Yeah,
and do
it's,
that kind
it's
of
a little
shit?
different, so it takes time catching up for sure.
I do think
It's
it's
not my favorite.
I do think that it's important that like first question is why, but
That's a very important question.
so yeah, why?
I don't know.
Should we pursue that? Should we go foil hat?
I think we should go deep next episode.
When they changed it, when my son was in middle school, I went up there. They
What?
had a big.
Hold on, your son is a year younger than my youngest son, and I didn't think they had new. I guess I didn't really pay attention. to
He
what
was a little
doing.
more involved as a parent. So
Well,
it's like-
also, I bet his kids got passing grades because Al, he made it out by the skin of his teeth. But anyway, he could do math good. He could convert ounces to grams pretty good. I know that.
All the parents were upset because nobody could figure it out, and they're asking, "Why are you changing it?"
Right.
Yeah, well, why not teach one way that the teachers know specifically? There's one way, and that kids
I know
don't.
that's a great thing to, I guess, to bone up on. But it's like we did pretty well with the old math.
Yep, it worked. And now we
Are
got
we-
calculators in our pocket, so I think we'll be okay.
Is it well? See, that's the other thing. As I was saying, I think it's good that they could figure it out one way or the other because I think I don't think there should be map reading classes in school now because nobody knows how to read a fucking map. If the internet goes out, people will die on a 70-degree sunny day.
I used to carry them in my trunk. I had every state map in the Midwest in my trunk, and now
Whenever I went to a new city or town, I always bought a map.
Yep.
I don't know why, collecting them. I still don't know how to fold one.
Mark used to, he'd pull into town, he'd go, hey, I'd like to buy a map. And, oh, by the way, is there somewhere around here where a guy can get a rub and tug? Okay, well, thanks for the map.
Well, you got to have an opening.
It's true. And the map is like the cheapest thing other than gum. And I know you don't like gum. Hey, got any clove or blackjack? Nope. How about a map? You know, they got the map. Or the air freshener shaped like a tree. You can only stand so much of that.
What color? The blue one, the black one, the red one, the green one. There's some
yellow.
options.
The vanilla.
What the black one smell like? I don't.
New car.
Yeah, the black. So my neighbor, which is very close to your neighbor, his daughter's
Well, give me
boyfriend.
one initial. Oh,
C.
CC.
C. Yeah, CC. Yeah.
Her daughter,
He's got a
daughter boyfriend.
Yeah, he's got a high school daughter.
Yep.
Who's had a boyfriend for a while now.
Okay.
So I took the dogs for a walk yesterday and walked by this kid's car, and there was a dozen black trees hanging from his mirror.
He might have glaucoma. That's my guess.
I don't know, but there was a big stack of them. So
Or just really sticky feet.
Or
That's a lot. Is she a senior or junior?
A junior.
That's the thing where it's like all these little kids all of a sudden whoop, it just flies by, man. So what's 11? What grade is he?
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Yep.
Okay. 7 years to graduation.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was using the old math.
Sometimes it's a long ways away, and sometimes it can't come soon enough.
Yeah, well,
Every day's an adventure.
it's true. Every day is a winding road, according to Sheryl Crow. That's a fun fact.
There you
Mark's
go.
beers are not as cold as mine, but you go ahead and take one of his. Suck up. You finished it. Nice job. Okay, so we had a topic that we were going to do like 2 weeks ago, and then somehow something happened, and we skipped it. What was the thing that happened?
You kept talking?
No,
That sounds accurate.
I
you.
know,
Yeah.
but no. So the song thing that came out today was actually not an in order episode,
With the instrumentals.
and then we recorded one. Well, we were going to do the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees, and then something happened. It was like a current event. The fuck was it?
You just wanted to wait for me.
There you go.
Charlie. Oh, we've also
Yeah,
quoted
I
you as a
pulled it up.
perfume on this show before. You know the Charlie commercial?
Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of fragrance that's here today, and they call it. Do it, Mark.
Charlie.
I'll tell you what. I don't know how we got the budget to sign a big name singer like Mark here, but we do our best.
I'm here for a reason.
That's right. Oh, Charlie, by the way. Wow. Yeah, we'll have to take you back to Newt's and throw a burger in you because that Newt's promo was divine.
So our topic tonight is the Hall of Fame, the current class
The
of
nominees.
nominees.
Because it hasn't been decided about. Which I learned today. I didn't know the nominees versus the inductees was a big...
Well, it seems like they let anybody in anyway, so maybe we should know how
Yeah,
many
how
of these
many-
will get in.
I have no
There's
idea.
not a... Oh, go
I'll
ahead.
look. Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't think
Oh, I
there's
thought
a
you were saying
limit.
there's not an answer. There's not... I think there's 14 nominees this year, but it's not like 5, 10, or 7 get in. I don't know what threshold needs to be reached for them to qualify from a voting perspective. The only thing I saw is you have to be 25 years from your first album release to qualify to be nominated.
This is right away. You know what, Charlie? Maybe just keep this to yourself because you're really showing us up for our lack of preparation.
Well, I lost my notes.
You
You,
no,
you
that's
did
where
your
I,
research
that's where I was going. So
in Jim's basement.
we were
and
going to
left
do
your
this
notes
a couple
here.
weeks ago, and apparently Mark left his notes, and then I tidied up a little bit. AKA, I just dragged my ball sack over everything Mark touches on the soundboard. This feels weird. It's under my ball sack. Yeah. Anyway, Mark claims that I stole his notes. So whatever. You.
I don't know what the qualifications are to be nominated.
All I saw is that 25 years past your first album release gets you the option to be nominated, but then how they decide who gets nominated. I could
Here, okay, so I'll say how many.
But some of the people this year, it's not their first time being nominated. Yep. But I don't know why they call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
If Mariah Carey's nominated.
When did it change, though? What year? Because originally it was strictly rock and roll. But I don't know when it...
I don't think that the institution is that old.
No, it's not.
Because I think Madonna got in like on the third
one of
year.
the first one.
Hall of Fame.
But there's 14 nominees. I know that. And Mariah Carey, it's her second year. Somehow she didn't get in last year.
Each
I don't know.
year. I think it took me about...
And there was one on there, and I have no idea who they are.
Chubby Checker? No.
That was also the name of my wingman in college. Hey-oh. No. Okay, the performers that receive the highest number of votes are inducted. The number varies. For example, 7 were inducted in 2019. So that would be, if the same list, it would be half of these people are getting in.
But it's not guaranteed that half of them get in either.
5 to 7 per year is what they say here. Because it says that, just as long as we're getting technical, the nominees with the highest vote total and more than 50% of the total vote are inducted. 5 to 7 on the average year. Chuck, run them. Should we do the whole list first, and we'll run down them? How's that sound?
All right. Oasis, Outcast, Joe Cocker, Bad Company, Joy Division, and New Order combined. Fish with a PH. White Stripes, Black Crowes, Mariah Carey, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden, Chubby Checker, Billy Idol.
The only one you did not mention was Mana.
Oh, I did miss one. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to research it.
I think it's a mana.
That's my
because the accent is on the second A, and it's not a curly. But how would you say M-A-N-A with the accent on the last A? I don't know. What'd you say?
Mark already told you.
Mana?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about the band.
Mana! You gotta...
And why are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know. They did something right to get nominated.
Again, I don't know what it takes to be nominated. Are we going to be nominated for the Podcast Hall of Fame in a couple of years?
Not yet.
23.
Just got to wait a couple of years. Yeah, you've only got 100 episodes.
Yeah. You got 23 years to go, Mark. What would that put you at?
But yeah, this band is... Yeah,
wow.
This band has been around a while.
130. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to do which one is obvious that should be in. You want to go around the table and do that?
Just pick the one?
Let's let our guest start. And because, I'm not Jimmy Fallon after all. I'll let our guest go first. I'm not like Jimmy fucking Fallon.
All right, we're picking one out of everybody.
You pick one that you're like, that jumps off the page like, yeah, this should totally be in.
Okay, I'll take a little left turn here and say, even though I'm not the biggest fan, I think Fish has to be in, if this is what we're talking about. I would not vote Fish on my Hall of Fame, but I'm saying if we're talking about the Hall of Fame, I think Fish,
you
from
think
a music standpoint,
the bona fides
I think they've got enough around them and the world they've built around them. I think based on other people who've been in, yeah, I think so.
All right.
I would say Bad Company.
That's actual rock and roll, though. Bad Company.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in the genre.
They're in the... Yeah, they deserve to be, if they're going to call it the rock and roll.
Fish is known as a jam band, but it's really it's electric guitars and drums.
You can't even talk about genre, though. I'm just saying from a band...
I love Fish. Their demographic is so small that I don't think they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
That's fair.
Wow. Well, I didn't think we were going to stir it up this quick.
Yeah. Well, no, that's where I was like on the fence saying like it's not my favorite, but I'm saying like it seems like they have quite the backing behind them everywhere they go.
I concur on Bad Company. I'm on the fence with Fish.
Yep.
I think there's only 2 others that are no-brainers to me. Like, how are they not in already?
Go ahead.
Bands. Joe Cocker. How the fuck is Joe Cocker not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yep.
And then the other one, Charlie got the next one. What's the next one that I'm going to say
that you're going to say?
Yeah.
I know one of the ones that I would say should be in, you're not going to say. I would think you're going to say Billy Idol is a lock.
Correct. You're correct. And I think you were going to say Joy Division.
I was not.
Oh, really? Ooh.
I think Joy Division epitomizes the 80s. After I went back and listened to a few things, they sound like the 80s.
I can say right now, I think I've heard like some bands that are like, oh, they're always a Joy Division. I'm like, in my head, but Joy Division's pretty fucking good band.
In New Order, and
they're also
there was like controversy. They merged together.
Yeah, why do you do that?
They're on the edge of rock and roll.
Are there any band members that?
One guy. So I googled today, learning. So this is not knowledge that I had 24 hours ago, but I had to look up Joy Division. I heard in New Order. Somebody from the original Joy Division decided he didn't want to be around anymore.
Oh, he unended himself? Unalived himself?
Yes.
Okay.
And most of that band, with a couple new people, formed New Order.
Well, how about
so that's
that?
why they're combined.
Well, I'd say they should be in just for that story, because they kept making music.
Yep.
That's pretty soft.
That was like early 80s, like 80 or 81 or something.
That early?
Yeah.
That's wild. I would think I would know about. I mean, I was kind of big into music then, as long as it was Rush.
Yeah.
What is your view on the Black Crowes, Charlie?
The Black Crowes. I think they're great.
But do they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
They certainly look the part.
Yeah, that's true.
They've been around a long time.
They had 2 good albums. They don't have the body of work, in my opinion.
They're more of a live band now.
They had a couple great songs. I wouldn't say that's a Hall of Fame level.
I'd say right now, if Black Crowes are getting in, every fucking band should be in the Hall of Fame that had 2 good albums. And there's not a lot of room in that building, I don't think. But I think Black Crowes has one of the best. I can't think of the name of the album right now, but it's got Hard to Handle. But it's also got She Talks to Angels. And She Talks to Angels is a pretty fucking good song, man. But I don't think you get into the Hall of Fame on one song. And that brings me to Soundgarden.
Right. I love Soundgarden.
Soundgarden.
I don't think they
interesting sound.
There's not the longevity body of work.
Chris Cornell was kind of like the dad of the grunge movement. Like everyone looked up to him in Seattle, and by all accounts, a good guy. By all accounts, could have used my invention from Shark Tank.
But are they nominated for that he passed away in honor?
No, I don't think
they're nominating Soundgarden, and
it's their 3rd nomination.
I'll say right now, White Stripes. Should be Jack White. White Stripes, they put out two records.
Right, I agree.
So they don't have the body of work, but man, is Jack White a rocker, and he'll get there. He'll be fine.
You think he'll get in?
Going as a solo guy with the kind of field entry of the Raconteurs and White Stripes and whatever the other one he's in. I'm thinking about Dave Grohl. Them Dirty Vultures, that's Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl will be a 3-timer.
Yeah, there's only one 3-timer.
Oh, God.
Do you know it?
It's not Clapton, is it? No. It's Stevie Nicks.
No, you were right the first time.
Was it Clapton? Okay. That's I'm surprised that there's only been one 3-timer.
Lots of 2-timers because there's different ways to get in the Hall of Fame. And then they started doing singles.
Like McCartney? He didn't get in for Wings?
I guess not.
You would think he would get in for Wings, Paul McCartney, and the Beatles. But
yeah. I think he must just be the Beatles and Paul McCartney.
And Stevie Nicks was just Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, I guess.
Yep. Right.
If fucking Soundgarden's in there, I mean, you think that Paul McCartney would probably get it just on a single.
Well, why is Chubby Checker nominated? The Twist got in like 10 years ago as a single.
What? There's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can that was like 6 or 8 years ago. Like songs are in there, so the
I
Twist
don't know
is in the Hall of Fame as a single.
I know
so we could
Chubby
get
Checker
in the
songs.
Podcast Hall of Fame
For one episode.
Yes.
You just got to find the
probably
one
this.
episode.
It's probably this one.
We'll never find it.
Charlie, we're counting on this one, so do something cool at the end. So, Blueberry Hill and the Twist, are those both Chubby Checker?
I don't know I don't know anything other than the Twist.
No, Blueberry Hill's Fats Domino. So yeah, I'm not down with Chubby Checker.
I don't know why Chubby Checker's nominated at
big fan.
Yeah, he had one song that made it big.
Yeah, it's like anyway, Sugarloaf. They're not going to get in. They'll get 2 songs.
Do they pick era? They'll pick
it doesn't
one
make
person.
No, I don't even understand
have no
how
idea.
it works.
No hits, no runs,
Cyndi Lauper.
No era.
no eras. Cyndi Lauper doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mariah Carey does not belong in the Rock and Roll
But
Hall of Fame.
Mariah Carey belongs in the Music Hall of Fame.
Well, sure.
But that's what this has turned into with all like the rappers and the hip hop.
You should have different buildings connected.
Is a genre,
The genre.
music
I think that's the easiest way
genre,
to do it. The genre.
and just call it the Music Hall of Fame.
Right.
I'm totally down with that.
Yes.
And then you could also say that like a fucking Eric Clapton could get in for blues, and he could get in for rock.
Yes.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Let's get on that.
But like Jay-Z and Eminem are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They are not rock and roll musicians; they're rappers.
Do they show up even for their
Oh
thing?
yeah, they did their speech. Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you know who's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Thin Lizzy,
Boston.
Kiss,
Kiss isn't in? No.
Boston, Kansas. Oh, Kansas has to be in. But it's just like, how do you do Cyndi Lauper and not Thin Lizzy?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Mariah Carey needs to be in if some of these other people, just because of what she did in music. That's how they're doing it with all the other different genre people that are getting elected.
It's clear that that's how they're doing it. But do the ascertainers and their guests feel rock and roll?
No.
I'm a little, and I'm glad that one drug is working on her skin condition, and she seems to ride a horse once in a while.
But
know
you
what I mean?
can't get the amount of people to show up to just the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Correct.
So you have to open it up
You
to
do, yes.
all the genres to get traffic.
Yeah, to justify the cost of the building
Exactly.
and all of the
That's
other pomp and circumstance.
So lame. Do it in my basement and have like Motorhead and
I've done it.
does the Grateful Dead just belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? And are they in?
They are.
They're in.
Do they belong?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But Fish doesn't.
I don't think they have the following that Grateful Dead has.
I agree. They're not in the same. Yeah,
But they have a pretty big following.
they do.
And I'm one of the followers
And
of
most
Fish.
people hate them, just like the Dead. So they should be.
Wow. They don't hate them as much as Rush.
Well, that's true. Who just got in recently, and their reception at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you're not, I wonder if I'll put the link in the thing. The crowd was a very pro Rush crowd, and it was a little overdue. They thought, and Rolling Stone, everyone hates Rush, except me. Also, we kept calling it YYZ on the episode that came out today.
It's YYZ.
It's Zed. Canadians call Z Zed. The fuck? What's
But
going on with that? What do they call A? Get it?
Hey,
Hey,
Not like Fonzie, like fucking A, man.
can I ask you to repeat what you said about Cyndi Lauper?
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
She should be in the Hair Hall of Fame.
All hockey hair
All hockey
too.
hair Hall
You
of
think
Fame.
she's got a good wrister? She could shoot from the slot, if you know what I mean.
She has a face made for radio.
That was it.
That was it. You said that perhaps video wasn't her thing.
Video killed the radio star.
That's fantastic. All right. Mark loves the time that we're at. I just want to see if there's any closing thoughts. I think this is great. Oasis, no. Outcast,
If Jay-Z and Eminem are in, what Outkast did for rap.
I'll say that song.
Whether
Hey,
they're
that song, Hey Ya, you can't not like Hey Ya.
Yep.
I don't know what Mana is. Oasis, no, because that guy's a fucking dick.
The Gallaghers.
And there we are, all the way up to the top.
Although Black Rose and Oasis had two feuding brothers.
A theme.
That
Stuff
could be
your alley.
that could be a good topic, like inner band feuds. And we'll just talk about David Lee Roth the whole fucking time. Another topic is bands that had two different singers. When they get nominated, they don't say Van Halen with Sammy or Van Halen with Dave. And apparently when Van Halen got in, David Lee Roth was a 100% dick.
Not invited.
No, he took over and he went Dave on the bit. And it's
That was
sad.
the night that he rejoined for like 2 minutes, and then they
They
kicked him out.
kicked him out like by the end of the fucking day. I would hate. I'll tell you right now. In the 80s, my brother even said, Steve, my brother said, he goes, man, you could be that guy for one fucking day. And now it's just like, I'm so glad I'm not that fucking guy. Sorry, Dave. You're always welcome to come on. Hit us up at TheAscertainers@gmail.com. I'm doing Mark's wrap up for
Thank
him.
you.
I want to say a huge thanks to Charlie, and thanks for the Newt's promo.
Thanks for having me.
Can we not wait a year to get you on?
I'm around.
What's a good season for you? You're just going into summer, spring, summer.
Season of the
Is
Sun?
fall good?
Same thing.
Seasons of the Sun is a depressing song. We don't want that.
I'd say my schedule, it's hit or miss. Kids got all the sports. And
Can we do it
hit or
this
miss.
way?
But yes,
I think we
I'll
do
come
this
back.
with most guests is just tell us when you can.
Yeah.
And then we'll make it happen.
I'm around.
I'm available. We might say, oh, sorry, we're not, but we probably are.
Well, hey, just make sure you keep it going so I can come back.
That's right. Our listener, Charlie, who's going to listen tonight? We're all here. That's like a Twilight Zone episode. Don't you think, Mark?
Yes.
Anything else you want to say? I didn't correct you once this episode.
Like us on the Facebook, and we'll see you
No. Yes.
next time. And thanks again, Charlie.
Charlie raises his thumb.
On the Facebook.
And
The Facebook.
scene.
Bye.